All right, guys, so we're excited to be here with the contestants of the Grace Race this year. We started back in June, and every month for the past 6 months, we've done a leg of the Grace Race, a competition. I will say to you, as we started out, I learned very quickly, these are some competitive couples. I think we had some cheating the first race, and because there was some cheating, we had to not have any grace in the Grace Race from that point forward. So, but I want to introduce the couples to us. I'm going to start on the end down here. The first team we have on this end is Tony and Brandy Collins. Team GOAT has been with us. We're thankful they're with us. In the middle, on the back, is Chris and Christy Bond. They've been a team with us this season. In the middle, on the front, is Scott and Robbie Behan. Sitting on the end is Brooke and Jordan Russell.
Third place.
And then here, part of the team is Scott Morrison with us. His wife Mindy's not with us. Where is she at tonight?
The race just didn't do well for us. No, she's on vacation.
She took a vacation without her husband. So that tells you.
Yeah, took a vacation. Got away.
So part of what we want to do tonight is, when you watch those video segments that we've been posting online, you miss a lot of the fun stuff that's occurred. So I got a few questions for you guys as a group, as you've been participating in the Grace Race, and then I want to cut to some questions for each of the teams and just ask some unique things that happen with each of your teams. So the first one for you guys as a group. The race started out with a lot of smack talk and pranks. Yeah. Tell the audience what took place there. We'll start with you, Brooke. Because you kind of
Brooke is the short answer.
She kind of spearheaded that, huh?
I did.
So what was y'all's response to her?
I dare you.
Say again?
I dare you.
It was please don't.
She pranked
And I
us.
didn't.
You
She
did.
I
pranked-
loved you.
One promised us a free meal, and we did not prank that team, remember?
Yeah.
At his restaurant.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's
they didn't want to
right.
be pranked. They promised a free meal. That's
Yeah.
Matthew and Kimberly Walker. They're not with us tonight, but that was one of the teams.
Waiting
that
on
raced
their
with us.
meal.
Yeah, we're waiting on that
Matthew
meal
and
because we didn't
Kimberly.
prank y'all.
He's the chef at Manna Restaurant in Hazelhurst, so everybody come visit that one. So, all right, so another question for you guys. Brandy and Tony, one of your fundraising ideas was to put some goats out. Tell us how this became, at this point, it's a community-wide phenomenon.
That's
Tell us about the goats.
You want
Like you said, we started in June, so we started really slow. So we knew by the end of June that we needed to come up with some type of fundraiser. So we were sitting around the table, I think maybe Sunday after church or something, and just kind of was trying to figure out a way to have a consistent theme of doing a fundraiser. And so we've got goats at the house, and so we decided we would get a goat. You would paint it. We tried to figure that out too, how to do that. And we painted it, ended up being psychedelic. And we would, you put it in there, and they would pay to have it removed out of their yard. So,
And we
so
needed more.
yeah, because we started out with one.
That wasn't enough, so.
And they had babies.
Yeah. so that grew. So we had 4 total, and that kept us busy
Okay.
moving those goats around.
Featured in the paper, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, while we're on you guys as a couple, Tony, I remember the first leg of the race, you going into the race saying that you were the fastest and strongest. Tell us what happened on the roller skating ring.
Yeah, little did I know that was going to be one of the events. So I had to be the only one, I think, to use the walker. So I did eat my words on that one. So I was careful, therefore, going afterwards. It wasn't like Brooke with all that full of confidence after that.
Now, I do remember you at the end of the second leg of the race saying from worst to first. Mm-hmm. That sounds confidence to me.
Well, I mean, hey, that built the confidence after we had that second leg, and we did come out winners of that one. So that did build up our confidence.
So what was the competition like between all of you guys as a team?
It was a lot of fun. The smack talk made it fun.
Yeah. I know some times where I heard Brooke accusing some other teams of cheating throughout. I don't know if I heard Jordan accusing
Every
them.
leg, right?
Every leg.
Multiple times.
Jordan didn't ever do that. It was not Jordan.
No, it wasn't Jordan.
Back in the back
No,
walking.
it's not
Sweet, innocent Jordan.
Quiet.
That's right. So now tell us, when you got the text first thing in the morning, on a Saturday morning, they didn't know where the event was going to be at. They didn't know what all was going to be involved, but they would get a text that gave you two options. What was that like, choosing one of those two options throughout the course of the race?
The clues were not really clues.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say, Scott, pick a hand. Just that whatever.
Right.
That's how we decided a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, Brady, you chose the blind a good bit throughout the race.
I did.
And so that put Tony at an advantage over you sometimes when you're just going through some things.
Yes.
So, now, there was one occasion where all of the men chose, I don't even remember what the clue was at the moment, but what it did is it put, not all of the men, but there was a lot of the men who chose, no, every one of you.
The virtuoso, all the
The
women
virtuoso,
did.
Yeah.
all the women chose virtuoso at one of our legs of the race over in Scriven. And so you ladies, what was it like having to sing that song?
Worst thing ever.
I did all some.
You yelled it.
Trauma.
You nailed
You
it.
did.
Trauma.
Probably did
It was
good.
trauma.
I'll be coming to see you guys.
We got counseling sessions scheduled for
I
you.
do like music. That was one time where I thought virtuoso has to be
Music.
something to do with music. And I, am a hint of a musician, but I do play a little.
Yeah.
Good.
I was a little bitter because Jordan is very musically talented. And he's like, I ain't doing it. I am not doing it. And so I got stuck with I'm terrible at music and he's great. And he's like, not doing it. So a little bitter
A little
still.
bitter still.
So
tell
there's
us
marriage.
how you came up with the song. Christy, tell us how you guys came
I
up
did
with
not
this song.
practice it. I was all about like speed, get this done. So I just went straight out of the gate, didn't practice it, knocked it out, and then was done.
Okay. All
I
right.
think Brooke practiced it the most.
It was the worst.
No, I was the worst.
She was practicing. I had to have my fingers in my ears because she was practicing so. I turn things into songs all the time. I just make up songs regularly, so that was pretty much in
The
my
difficult thing
wheelhouse.
with you, Robbie, is Scott was trying to distract you.
He
while you were
was,
singing.
and I had already figured out these people would mess up and they would lose time. And if we were going to win, I had to go straight through it. And he was like, and I'm trying to give him eye signals. Stop.
All right. Now, we get into the legs of the race, and we're at leg 2. And starting out at leg 2, Chris and Christy, you guys came in.
Oh, we were knocking it
You were
out of the
knocking it
park.
out. You came
Like, we
in
didn't
way
even
ahead
see
of
anybody on
everybody
the
else.
lake. We were so far ahead.
And then you disappeared for 15 minutes. Tell us what happened.
Tell us what happened. Well, Chris, the
Yeah,
one
when
that
we
can
got
see,
out of the canoe, we pulled it up, roped it off, put the paddles in, went up the little ramp, and then just took a left. I thought, there's a trail. Well, we could have just went straight, and we were right there at all the other activities, the kickball and all that. No, we go left, we go over all of these trees that have fallen down, but it had been cleaned. The grass had been cut. So it looked like this was set up to be blind, and you lead the person, all right, crawl over this, step over that.
yeah, that tree's
We
at
went
waist level.
way-
Waist level. Jump this one waist level. This one's ankle level. This one's
And this is all while you're blindfolded.
Yeah.
all
she's
while I'm
blindfolded.
blindfolded. I'm worried about
Can't be
all my
blind.
friends coming behind me thinking, how are they gonna like jump over logs that are waist high?
Oh, she's still blindfolded when we get caught back up, and I see all these people playing a game of kickball, putting this puzzle together. She's blindfolded, so I'm trying to cover her. I'm like,
I was like, Chris, I
we're
hear
still
them
doing
already
good.
doing games.
Like, what are all
We're
these
so
people?
far
Why do I hear all
ahead.
these people? I'm like, they're just people here. This is a place. It's big. They have people here. This is good. I was like,
If you'll go back and watch the second leg of the race, the video, you actually see Chris and Christy walking back into the area where the
Very,
activities
very
actually planned. That's after their 15-minute hiatus with us. So.
And then that's when he led me through the palmettos. That was the same day that he led me
kept
through
telling
the
you to go
palmetto
straight.
bushes.
Yes.
Just go straight.
Yes.
Just go straight.
well, going around curves got us in trouble, so I figured from now on, we already did the curve thing. It's time to go straight.
That was painful.
I didn't even know what a palmetto bush was until after that.
Now he knows.
Now you know what a palmetto bush is.
They're everywhere.
Now, we found out really right before the sixth leg of the race that, Scott, you had been participating in the first 5 with some heart troubles. Tell us about that and tell us how God worked in that for you before that sixth leg.
What a miracle.
Well, I had just been having some discomfort in my chest and my arms, and no pain, no numbness, just some discomfort. So I talked to my diabetes doctor about it, and he ordered some tests and wanted me to go to a cardiologist. So I made started to make that appointment in Valdosta, and they told me they couldn't get me in for 3 months, so I canceled that one, and I made an appointment with my doctor here in town, and he had me in to see a cardiologist in just a few days. So I saw him. 2 days later, he scheduled me a CAT scan in Alma. I went and did that. He called me that day and said, that was a Wednesday, I need to see you in my office on Friday. So we went to his office on Friday, and he basically said, you are a heart attack waiting to happen. So he was going to try to get me into St. Vincent's on the following Wednesday, which he did. He told me I was going to be having open heart surgery. I had at that time, he thought I had about a 70% blockage in my widowmaker. And I went down to St. Vincent's. They did a heart cath, and I was on a table for 45 minutes and came out with a 99% blockage, but they were able to do a stent. So I had to lay still in my bed for 4 hours and go home the next day, and I was fine. So it was just a tremendous blessing. I know a bunch of people prayed. Robbie, on the way down, asked, can I put this on Facebook? I really don't want to be the center of attention. I said, but you can put it on Facebook, but it has to contain these words that we are looking for an overwhelming amount of God's grace. Mm-hmm. So she included that, and that's exactly what we saw. So here I am, no heart attack, no open heart surgery, and just a tremendous blessing. And thank you, everyone, for all your prayers.
Yes.
And Scott was right back in the competition, didn't miss a single one of them. So. All right, so throughout the competition, different legs, we had different activities designed to just to engage mentally each of the teams. Some of those activities involve putting together scripture puzzles. We have one pastor.
Really?
Scott, that was kind of a struggle for you. Tell us about the struggle with the scripture puzzles.
Why can't we make everyone mad? I evidently do not read the King James Version at all. My wife, Mindy, we're a Message Bible kind of family, and we don't know the King James at all. So, and yeah, so we were, I think, ahead. We were pretty good in first place at that leg too, and then couldn't do the Bible verse. So it's kind of embarrassing. Yeah.
But it wasn't just you guys. The rest of you, and I remember at one point Robbie was like, I went home and read the King James Version to get ready for this leg of the race. Those were harder activities in the Grace Race, just the way we had designed it probably. So, okay. So now, Brooke, you and Jordan went into this competition. You were smack talking. You were challenging the other teams. You were competitive. It shone through. Jordan was on board with it. Tell us about third place.
Well, God is trying. So, I don't know. I guess it's just the place God wanted us.
What'd you learn out of that?
Out of what?
Being in third place each time. Because if we were all, we watched you grow. Even
really?
Really?
We're still watching you
I
grow.
think I saw that growth.
Really?
No, I want to win.
No, I did. I saw more calmness by the end because you were geared at the beginning. So, and Jordan was geared too because he had to go home. And Jordan, there was one leg of the race where I sent a text out that you needed a foot massage. That's where you've done all those lunges.
Yes.
When we were over in Elma.
Yeah.
Did Brooke give you that foot massage?
No.
All right. What was any of the couples out here, what was one of your favorite parts of the race this season?
Watching everybody fall in the pond.
TV and
That was a good part.
That was a fun part.
Everybody else
We've
stayed
talked
dry.
about enjoying getting to know other godly couples that there has been smack talk, but it's been clean and lots of laughter and getting to know one another, and that's been the greatest blessing for us. Personally, I think, is getting to know these awesome people.
And I would like to take personal ownership of being being the one who tormented her water bottle.
And now
You
you
just
know.
now finding it out?
Now you know.
And when she was blaming Tony, man, I was dying. I was rolling on the floor.
So at some point in the competition, Brooke's water bottle was kidnapped.
She left
It
it
was
behind.
rescued.
It was
It was
rescued.
rescued. She left it.
She didn't view it that way, though.
No.
No, it was taken hostage. I got hostage photos and please help me, I'm about to die and all this stuff.
Trying to
It was
fundraise
hostage.
with it.
Yeah, they were trying to fundraise.
Did you ever get it back?
Yes,
You did?
I eventually did.
You retired, or are you still using it?
I retired it from the Grace Race.
And I believe it said tears of my enemies.
Filled
did.
with the tears of
Filled with
it.
tears of my enemies.
But I photoshopped it and I put a bunch of bloody ears in it instead of filled with the ears of my enemies.
Yeah. That'd be more fitting.
Now, at two of the legs of the race, we were able to partner with the Hanger Ministries in Jessup, and we were also able to partner here in Pierce County with Hills to Freedom. I know, Scott, you and Mindy made mention of how much you like that, but tell us about
Really
that.
enjoyed that.
Why
Just-
you enjoyed that.
Just seeing what they do for kids was just amazing. Just how they use a different kind of therapy to just minister to people, and it was really awesome just to see that. Just a different way to do ministry, just to see their love for people and the animals and all. That was a great day for us personally, and we're gonna send people to them. So it
Except the
was good.
shovel and poop part.
Yeah.
Say it louder so people can hear.
Except the shovel and poop part.
Humility.
So that video aired last night. So if you've missed that video, it's aired on Court of Three's website page or Facebook page. So part of this race has been the fundraising. Each of the couples, and you guys were fundraising for what we're doing here today and for the Court of Three Ministry. Any fun parts of that you want to share? Any surprising things throughout it that you want to share?
We had a great time with the kids on the roof.
Yeah.
Great. That was,
That was
I did get a
creative.
text from them saying, "Don't call defects on us."
One of
And I
the,
told somebody, send them, we'll ask them for a donation.
one of the things that we wanted to do that we didn't get to do because of time and time constraints and the kids being home was we wanted to do one more fundraiser called Kids Revenge,
Oh, that would be
where
good.
they coached us out and got us on the roof and threw pies and water balloons and all those kind of things. So we weren't able to pull that off.
You can still do it.
I'm good.
These couples have been amazing for Court of Three, for what we've tried to do this year. We've used them kind of as guinea pigs. It's the first year we've ever done this. And so they had a lot of grace and patience with us in trying to figure out what we were doing. And so we thank you. But we put together a certificate for each of the couples with a little bit of humor in it in terms of some of the activities that happened throughout. So I've got first a certificate for Chris and Christy Bond. The certificate is for the blind leading the blind. I've got one for Scott and Mindy. Now, I didn't come up with the names of these humor here, so this is for Scott and Mindy Morrison. This is the king and queen of the King James Version. This certificate is for Scott and Robbie Behan. This is a couple where it says slow and steady wins the race.
That's them.
Twice.
This is for Tony and Brandy Collins. The title here is Tireless Team Players. They stayed at it the entire time.
Yeah.
I will say the couples who came in the most frequently, you could watch them on the sidelines, are the couples who had the best form of communication with each other. And so that was one of the common things that we saw on the sidelines. So now, Jordan and Brooke, and again, I didn't come up with these titles. The certificate
Leslie's
says,
relentless, so I know it's probably
Leslie's
Leslie.
hiding behind the
Yes, he's hiding.
my thought was to do something about those penalties. Tell us about the penalties real quick, Mike. Leslie became kind of a penalty Nazi.
We heard she
I think there's
blames
some hard
you.
feelings around the
She said it
penalties.
was
Yeah,
you,
she's
Clay.
trying to
She
pass it off
said
on
you
you.
were the reason
No,
for
it
the
wasn't
penalty.
me. I'll give that to Leslie. So. But for Jordan and Brooke Russell, third place rocks. So as a part of this competition, what we've done at each of the legs of the race, the couples won something if they came in first place for that leg. And we tried to pick out some good prizes that fit the activities that we did in the legs of the race, and some activities for them to do beyond the race itself. And so you've seen on the videos each of those wins. The other competition that we've had throughout this race has been about the fundraising component of the Grace Race. So the team that wins third place is the team that's raised the third most amount of money throughout the competition. And that didn't end until this evening at 7. The second place team has raised the second most amount of money, and of course the first place team has raised the most throughout the course of the competition overall. First place team, the cool thing that we have for them is a vacation package in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we've got them at Airbnb for a week. They get to choose which week that they go. We've also got a $1,000 gift card they can spend throughout the course of the week that they're there with them. It's a total package of $2,800 for the course of that vacation that week. And so that's going to be a fun trip. Second place team is a date night rather. We've talked about that earlier tonight. We have a pilot who is going to fly the couple to Charleston on the evening of your choosing. We have a limo there to pick you up. There's a restaurant that we've selected that's a very romantic, very nice, upper scale restaurant. You'll have time to eat, have time to connect as a couple. And then the limousine and the plane will bring you back the same night. So it's a date night over in Charleston, South Carolina. And then the third place team wins a Carnival cruise. It's a 4-day, 3-night Carnival cruise to the Bahamas, leaving out of either Jacksonville or Cape Canaveral. And so I'll say up until just a little bit ago, about within the hour before we get started in all of this, the numbers were still changing. So in the positions, the top 3 teams were still changing, all right? And so there's a lot that's happened even today throughout this competition. So what we want to do is we want to announce the top 3 teams, and then we'll finish up some things. But we've got the packages here to give you tonight, whichever teams have won some different things. And then we have some further instructions to give you after we get through live right here. So stick with us, don't leave too quickly. I'm going to start with the third place team. All of the teams have done a good job in fundraising. We gave them a task of raising $1,000 per team. And so that's a big task. We went into this not knowing if that was even doable. But all of the teams have done a phenomenal job on the fundraising part of it. We are humbled and we're very grateful and thankful for the effort that you put into it. Third place, Leslie's got the package right here for us. The third place team, you think it's Brooke and Jordan?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be Brooke and Jordan.
Yes.
Third place team that came in for us with their fundraising tonight is Team Morrison. Scott
Whoa.
and Mindy Morrison.
Wow.
So that is the Carnival cruise into the Bahamas.
Wow.
So that includes paying for your port fees. So you just
Wow.
go get on the ship and have a good time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Second place team. See, I don't even know. I'm looking at the certificate on the side. Second place team is a team that's fought really hard throughout the competition. They've done a good job with everything that they've done. Again, this is the Charleston date night. This package goes to Jordan and Brooke Russell.
Second,
So she got it in third place, Jordan.
Good job.
Good job.
We'll trade. No, I'm joking. just the place.
First place team tonight is a team that is also, I can't get that in my face, a team that's also worked really hard. They've been diligent. I'm very thankful for the creative ways that they have fundraised. Again, this is for the vacation up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. First place team goes to Team Collins. We are, here at Court of Three, though, we are humbled and grateful for everything that you've done. Your patience with us, letting us laugh at you over the course of the race, letting us figure out how to do things with you, and then your effort in helping us raise some money. So thank you guys for everything. One last goodbye to our crowd.
enjoyed it.
Keep giving.
That's right.
You're with